Hello, loves. So, this is a video diary that I decided to put together for you, for those who would be interested in watching anyway. And I didn't want to make this too long, but at the same time, just wanted to just share my experience and what it was like to just be an independent artist as participating in BET Experience Weekend. This was my first time participating in anything such of this nature. So I was really excited and also just curious as well as to like what would I learn, what would I see, what would I hear. But nonetheless, I would say would be that. But also, as well too, California has always been a very special place in my heart. Like, I'm not from California, but I have been a prayer warrior, you should say, or an intercessor for the state of California for the last several years, and have even made special visits out there just to pray and just to seek God and just hear what He has to say just concerning California. And so it's really just deep in my heart, a very special place, not only for myself, but also in just really just wanting to see the state of California come into alignment with God's plans and purposes and what He has for it. And so I felt very grateful, very blessed to be on the trip. So once arriving to LAX, it took about 2 hours to even leave the airport because I had the brilliant idea of landing during rush hour time. So it really took a minute, but nonetheless, eventually I was on my way and I was able to meet up with my friend and we were able to grab dinner, which was absolutely divine. And by that time was feeling pretty jet lagged. And so the next day, really just wanted to just walk around downtown. And the many times that I've been to SoCal, and in this particular case, it will be downtown Los Angeles. This was the most time I've ever spent in downtown Los Angeles. So it was definitely a very different experience than what I was normally accustomed to whenever I would visit SoCal, be it Los Angeles, be it San Diego. And so it was very different, a very whole different vibe, but nonetheless, very open to it, open to learning and just exploring and just discovering and all what it had to offer. And even able to just recall the few times that I've been back. Able to just point out places like, oh yeah, I remember I've been to that coffee shop on my last trip and just things of that nature. And so just very grateful for that. We did go visit over to this place called Cafe Fig, where they were supposed to be legendary for their brunches. So we wanted to make sure to just have that type of experience while we were here. And also, just get some relaxation time in the midst of work and things. But nonetheless, we enjoyed ourselves. We enjoyed our food, and it was great. And we did more exploring around downtown throughout our time there, off and on. If we weren't at networking events and things like that, we did go to one of the malls that were out there. I don't remember the exact name of the mall that we were in, but we went to this one along with a few others, as well as one out in Santa Monica as well. I didn't get footage of everything, because there were certain times where we were just moving really, really fast, and I just wasn't able to just capture everything, for one. And then for two, I noticed my memory was very limited with my camera, so I wanted to make sure I had as much memory as possible and things. But nonetheless, afterwards, was able to just get ready for the gig that night, and I believe that was a Thursday night when I was performing and things, and just really wanted to make sure I was ready, make sure I was good, and just making sure everything was all together in order to give the people a really great performance. But I mean, really, I had a wonderful time. I've met so many people, made a lot of really good contacts, made some new friends, and was even able to book a couple of gigs as well too, just based off this event and just this performance and things. So it was just so incredible, and the audience was just absolutely magnificent. The rest of the independent artists were wonderful as well too, and also just taking in, just learning from everyone, and taking notes back on, okay, what is it that I need to change, and what is it that I can improve upon, and just making certain tweaks and things. And so the following day was a very chill day for us. We couldn't decide whether or not to go to Santa Monica Beach or Venice Beach, but eventually we just landed on Santa Monica Beach. And I love Santa Monica. I don't care how touristy it is. I know it's a very touristy part of Los Angeles, but I just find it beautiful and breathtaking, and just definitely one of my favorite places to just go and see and just explore and just be on the pier and things. And I do enjoy Venice Beach as well too, but I'll catch them on the next trip. But yeah, just had a pretty just laid back, fun type of day. And it was just absolutely just amazing, just to see people from all different parts of the world, and just getting to talk with people, and just all of them just in one place. But I mean, most importantly, I mean, being able to enjoy the beach. And I never grew up with a beach. I grew up with more of like around swamp and also New Orleans just being under sea level and everything. But and of course, New Orleans has its own special place, and it's a special charm, and I love it and miss it so much. But I also really love the ocean. I really love the beach. And so, and it was just also incredible, just also taking in the mountains as well. Just lots of things to just definitely see, and definitely just something I just did not want to take for granted at all, especially since being on a beach is something that I don't get to do every day. And I know here in Texas, we have Galveston Beach, but it's not the same as like going to like one of the beaches out in California. But overall, it was a really just laid back type of day. The weather, it was pretty cold throughout our time in Los Angeles. Some of the locals there, we were talking what they call the June gloom. I have never heard that before. And when I was thinking about like the times that I have visited in the past, I was like, well, I don't think I've ever been to SoCal in June. So I believe this trip was actually a first for me. But nonetheless, it was really cold. At times it would rain a little bit, but then there will be other times where, I mean, all of a sudden it'll just get really hot. And so the weather was really up and down. We also got to just explore just some different eateries and food trucks and things, and really just had a chill time that day, because the next day just went out to experience the casting call. BET was having the open casting call at the LA Convention Center, as well as Fan Fest that was happening during that BET Experience weekend as well. And this was quite an experience. I thought it was really, really interesting to just be a part of it, mostly because it was suggested to me that I go to the casting call. And when it was presented to me, like, no, you should go. This will be a good experience for you. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll go. And it was quite an experience for sure. Just being at this particular casting call, but also getting ready to just talking with other talent that was there, other actors, dancers, and other just singers and things. And it was such a unique experience. And even though I have done auditions, I have never actually participated in an official casting call. So I thought that was pretty unique, just even for myself, and was just taking it all in, Like, you never know. Like, I never know what door God wants to open in the future. So after casting, just participated a bit in Fan Fest and checked out all the different vendors and things, and then afterwards just really celebrated overall, just having an incredible trip. And also it was during this time where we were also just beginning to just learn about all what was happening with the ICE, what was happening with ICE, and just some of the protests that were happening within Los Angeles during the time we were there. And so we did pray for Los Angeles during our time there, and that was really, really special. And I'm still going to be praying for Los Angeles, still praying for California, and because it is a place that has been deep in my heart. And so I don't believe in any coincidences. With God, there's no coincidences. And so just overall very grateful for the experience and just being there during the time that we were there, not just with BET Experience Weekend, but also being there at the time where these protests was happening, and just being able to just intercede and just pray for everyone involved, and just praying for God's will and for just safety and protection for everyone. And so that's pretty much it. I'm very grateful for this experience. It's definitely one of a kind and just unforgettable, and something that I'll definitely be cherishing for a very long time. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.